right, let's get going. I have decided I am going to put lace on my pages, and I've chosen this lace. I've used this in a couple of different journals. I like it because it's very, very thin, low profile. It's not going to suck up a lot of room. And I also decided that while usually I would do a variety of different laces, I'm going to make this a consistent color throughout. So I'm going to add a strip of lace to the inside of the front cover. This will take some stitching, but I won't do the stitching on camera. So the reason I'm doing it on the inside of this front cover is because I don't want it on the front. I think that would be just too distracting. So I'm just adding a little wiggle of this glue. And I'm going to put this on. I'm just trying to follow the lines of the lace to make sure it's on straight. I won't get too crazy about the trim job because I can trim it after it's dry and stitched. So that's the first signature. And see, it doesn't take away from what else is going on, but it enhances it. As I mentioned, I don't want to put anything on the front page because it's old paper. I think I will put it on this second page. This time I can let it hang out a little further because this page is narrower than the first title page. All right, that's doing it for me. Oh, I'm going to put it on the bird page. There we go. Nice. I can't remember what the color of this page was originally. I think it was blue, but it looks very green to me now. I'm going to move this down because there's a little bend. I'm not going back downstairs to iron. Now I did notice a little, it must have been the other, I thought I noticed a little tear. I must be losing it. And I'll use this notebook paper. Go. And like I said, I will stitch that lace down, but not at the minute. Not right at this minute. Oh, a little bit of that paper has flipped down. Here we go. That was a simple fix. Okay, now let's have a look. Pretty good. And that's just nice. Okay. Now, we're going to make some ephemera using book page. Now, I am completely copying and stealing every single idea from somebody else. The first one I'm going to do is a tag. So if you have your tag bases handy, grab those. Oh, that's for the other book. Okay, here we go. I have a box of bits and pieces that they're just pieces of paper that are all torn up, and you should keep a box like this, let me tell you. Okay, so I'm going to use this, and actually I'm going to center that, because if this has not been a comedy of errors, I don't know what has. I'm going to cut this tag pretty big, fairly big. And it's not square on the page, so I'm following the text rather than the page. It's really crooked. So maybe nearly 3 inches. I'm just inside of the margins. And I'll square this up. And that. Okay. So now I want to make a cluster on top of this. So I do have the coffee dyed paper, which is slightly darker. And I do have a little bit of this leftover paper, the cardstock. But I'll probably grab some things from here as well. So here's a little, this is tracing paper that's been tea dyed. I'll use my purple glue. And I'm just going to build on top, starting with very light and then getting darker. So that's very light. This is kind of medium. I think I will ink this one, if I can find ink. This is from an old magazine of shorthand. And maybe I'll just add a little bit of glue to the edges of that tracing paper. Oh, what else have I got down here? Oh, this is, I think this is from a dictionary. right. Now I want to put a little image on there. And like I said, I've got different things in here. Little coffee grinders, flower or clover. Yeah, I've got lots of junk in here. What I think I will use though, ooh, I got a piece of piano paper. I've got these little pages that have just drawn on flowers. So maybe I'll add a tulip. Sort of fussy tear that out. I like that. Let's add a little bit of ink. And a little bit of glue. Perfect, I'm happy with that. Okay, now on the back, we'll just find some blank paper or something that's very kind of blank. Yeah, I'll use that. Here's some paper that's mostly blank, so I will glue that down. And because I will probably not stitch this, I'm just going to go around the edge with my art glitter glue, just to make sure that that outer edge is completely sealed. Now I say I won't stitch it, but you know me, I'll probably stitch it. And cut that out. I think I'm going to cut off the very, very top, because I'm annoyed by the misspelling of Shakespeare. And I am just using scraps out of my scrap bucket. I'm not cutting into any new paper. Okay. Now, to make a topper for this, I need a big circle punch. You'll do. And what shall I use? Maybe I'll use this music paper. I'll fold it in half. That's too big. Do I have a smaller? I think I have a smaller circle punch. Oh, this one's got a funny edge on it. It'll do. Try that again with feeling. Fold that in half. Let's see what that looks like. Gosh, that's too big too. All right, I have 2 more circle punches. Maybe it's the music I'm not coping well with. What else I got down here I could use? Okay. I like that. All right, ink that up. That was a, doesn't say, inch and a half? Inch and a half. Okay. I'm just making sure that's more or less centered. Okay. Gonna punch a hole in there. And I'll grab a little eyelet to go in there. Thinking I might use a little gold one. Ooh, there's a little beige one. What do you look like? You look pretty good. I got that wrong. Thingamadoobies. Perfect. All right, how are we doing? 22 minutes. Okay, let me clear off the mess. I'm going to pause.